Be me, Anon. Camping in the woods. Took a weekend off to go with some old friends from high school. From back before the merge. Better times, but worse times at the same time. One of the guys brought his demi-human girlfriend, some crazy Zundir bitch with cat ears. Hasn't stopped affectionately insulting him all night, but he seems to like it. Never pegged him for a masochist, but people change. The one that really changed was Phil. Phil came out as gay back in school. We all told him he was a fag, but he was our fag. But this was a little over the line. He brought his boyfriend, but fine, everyone brought their own shelter anyway, so as long as they keep it down. Or so I thought. Turns out the guy is an orc, and a big one. Seems alright so far, brought some booze to share. Still wary. Around a goblinoid, always be paranoid. Everyone else silently shares my worries, even as the literal faggot orc continues to be a bro by passing around a plate full of jerky he made himself. Nice to see Phil found a guy who isn't a campy bastard. Camp gay is the worst kind. Sniff jerky before eating, but nobody thinks it's weird. I've always done that for some autistic reason or another. Jerky is spicy, as the Lord intended. The night wears on, people get wasted and eat jerky. Fagork whips out a fucking 12-string from his kit. Made of wood and metal, carved with a little Orcish writing. Fagork just strums along on his Orcish guitar, pretty nice style, like if Jimi Hendrix had learned to play acoustic instead, although Hendrix may have been who he was trying to emulate. Eventually get so wasted I black out. Next morning. Hangover. Surrounded by empty magazines and spent brass. Shirt is not only not on me, but entirely absent from the site. Fashioned an MRE wrapper into a hat at some point. Vague recollection of someone screaming Skinwalker. Check for signs. Lol, just a single dead goblin with a few hundred rounds in it. It had a gold coin, which I pocket. Be me. Elfananina Warost. Years after /k/onvergence. Centuries for me because the convoluted times, thanks to the gash in reality. Used to be a ranger, so the skills translated well. I'm this new world. Been fighting for years in a shithole that the mayflies call Normandy. Place have literal holes, apparently from centuries of war, made by ship artillery. What the hell.png. Plains are littered with old concrete guard posts and armored chariots. Boomer.gif. I know what casemates and tanks are. The humans around here do not speak English, rather a language that feels like what the Canids speak. Got a mission to escort a high sorcerer to a rendezvous point near Cannes, then continue to Paris. We begin in the Channel Islands. Ah, at last, Englishman. Find the HVT. Olno.jpg. It's my fucking cousin. She's not a high sorcerer, she's a damn magician at best. Berate her for trying to fool the quick-lived. Drag her ass to Cannes, had to fight demons and even some fs. Wasted my last iron smoke grenades with them. I'm down to only 4 full magazines and 2.308 boxes because demons are tough to kill. Reach Cannes, my uncle is there. Alongside another Warost, ready to drag my cousin back home. I fucked out whelp. After hours of negotiation and making sure the short-ears wouldn't blow the brains off my uncle, we finally waved them off. Contractor said we await for an actual high sorcerer sent by my uncle. He gets to take my cousin back. Wait for a week. It's my ex. I fucking hate my life. Be me. Osfag. 19, fresh out of high school. Apply for the forces, going for Logi driver, warehouse store person and Air Force warehouse store person. All roles that need people filled at the time. Go to do interviews. Pass med. Pass defense interview. 5 minutes into the psyche interview he asks me 2 questions, looks at my history and says I've never once had any independence with my life since I've been living home for school. Nigger what? Defers me for 5 years. Nigger what? Be me now. Tradesman. 9 years since this happened. Get a cold call from Defense Force Recruiting asking me if I want to reopen my application and get fast track for Logi. Tell them no, don't call me again. Those fuckers didn't want me when I wanted to do it, they can eat shit now that they're desperate. Be me. Wagner operative. Get exploded in Mariupol. Wake up on the border of Skyrim. WTF.jpg. Realize I still have my shit on me. I'm handcuffed though. Luckily only my wrists are cuffed. Grab a hand grenade and throw it into the carriage ahead. Everyone dies, the servers are in awe of my thumb and start worshipping me. Victory?